Well, here we are, the end of about 50 hours of in-game play. It's not the end, but this is part of our story. We have made cake, and this video is going to be kind of a farm sim, how it's made. We're going to go backwards from here at Morgan's Bakery and Homemade Goods. From this delicious and beautiful cake, I'm going to show you my operation. Please ignore the weeds here. I am playing on Elm Creek. This was the very first save that I started when I started playing Farm Sim 22. And I have no mods in the save, so it's all entirely base game. So this shows what you can do base game. I'll show you on the map. Right here is the operation, and we'll take a walk around, drive around, walk around, and look at it all. So I started with the base game farm right here, and over the course of these 50 hours of playing, I purchased quite a bit of equipment and got a lot of livestock, and we have some fields here as well. So we're right up here, right at the end of field 50. So let's literally go backwards. We're making cake here. The way that we make the cake is with a few different things, a few different ingredients. We have to have flour, which comes from the grain mill. We have to have sugar that comes from the sugar mill. We have to have milk that comes from cows. We have to have eggs that come from chickens. We have to have butter that comes from the dairy and also from milk. And we have to have strawberries that comes from a greenhouse. So we obviously have all those things to be able to produce that cake. And if you are wondering, is it worth it? Um, let's take a look here at the usual price for cake, just for fun, so you can have an understanding. Is it worth it? They're worth right now about 5,600 or so, and we are in kind of a down month for it. We're in November, so up around February and March, it's closer to 6,000. And I think that would be a real nice price to get for per 1,000 liters. So this is the first. No, I lied. This is the first production I went with, was the Golden Field grain mill. I built this so that I could initially start off making bread. So I built this grain mill and that bakery at the same time, just to see how productions worked. They're the most accessible. I think you can build them all both for about 150,000, and that gets you started. So this is where we turn whatever grain we grow in our field, we turn it into flour. So if you look in here, we can turn uh, not there. We can turn wheat into flour, barley, oats, or sorghum. And actually, I can deactivate because we're out of wheat. So we're not getting any more flour. We are going to run into a problem with our cake production if we don't get a cereal crop very soon. And to be honest, it is fall, so it's going to be several months before we get to that. Uh, yeah, I probably will put in wheat or barley. Probably wheat because I can feed it to the chickens and I can make wheat, flour out of it. So this is the sugar mill. It works very similarly. You drop the ingredients back here, and then it will produce sugar. But ours is being sent directly over to the bakery so that we can make our cakes. But this was the most recent production facility that I put in. So these are our fields. You can see way off in the distance there's a lot of straw bales that I still need to pick up. I had that field, this middle field 50, and then 47, and then 48 and 49 I plowed into the same field. I most recently did canola, which ended up being a bad idea. My logic behind it was twofold. I wanted to make a protein crop for my pigs, and I wanted to have a high value crop. Canola used to be high value in FS19, And for three decent sized fields worth, I just profited, or I just earned, I shouldn't say profit, I earned, I think it was something like 26,000. So was it worth it? Potentially no. But here we are in the middle of the yard. You're probably familiar with this. It's the starter yard, at least that building and that barn. I put in that grain silo over there. I put in all these animals. I put in that equipment barn. And of course, I put the house here. This felt to me like the natural spot for the house. It may be a little more to one side or the other. I don't know exactly how the map designer intended, but I may have stolen that idea from somebody else's video, but I think it's a good natural place for the house. This is my grass field that has been producing a lot of silage bales. As you might know, silage is great quick cash if you want to take it and sell it at the animal shed, but silage is also how we feed our cows. So we have cows here that are obviously producing milk that gets turned into butter at the dairy, but also milk that goes into the cakes itself. These are Holsteins, and we have quite a few ladies here now. I'm actually contemplating selling a couple of the older ones. I don't know what the age is on that, but this is a root crop storage. I think I called it an equipment shed earlier. Sorry about that. But the idea here is that we put the sugar beets in here because we're going to feed them to the cow, to the pigs. This is just one load of many that went into the sugar mill, so I'm not too worried about that. They don't take a ton of root crop, so I wanted to have that. I actually took two of these older pigs just right before I clicked record. These pigs they eat a lot, but you can sell the old ones, the fully grown ones, for 1,200. So it's not too bad. I have an animal trailer over there, and so we do that. But they do not actually factor into the cake at all. So sorry if that's confusing. And here we have the eggs. You can see we've got chickens that lay the eggs, and you just take those pallets straight over there. Or the eggs sell for a decent amount, and you get a pallet, I would say something like every couple days. Oh yeah, I was going to show you in the barn. I do have the barn actually storing. You can see my neat piling job here. The hay is stacked beautifully, like a real professional farm sim player. We've got some straw and some hay that I use for the TMR mixture. This barn, to me, would be like perfect for stacking square bales in, but like small conventional bales. But I haven't tried that with this because I'm not doing mods. So I have some equipment. I don't know why that's so far back there, but I have some equipment tucked away here that I would like to get into storage eventually, but we are very much in debt, so I'm not doing it right this minute. This is our greenhouse where we are growing the strawberries. We have a water bowser over there, and we just bring the water over and fill this up, and it produces lots and lots of strawberries. The profit margin on strawberries is not great, but since it only costs us water, it's not too big of a problem. So yeah, strawberries over there, milk from the cows here. The only building that you didn't see that I am using is the dairy, and I'm using the one that is on the map over here. It's just a short drive over on this road, not too bad. I took a fair bit over there just to make sure that we would have plenty of butter to get those first several cakes done. But that's about it. Um, it it seems quite underwhelming in my mind. Wait, incoming materials. Why is the sugar going there? Interesting. The sugar should be going here. Well, they have enough there. I'm not gonna worry about it right now in this video, but um, here's the old weathered tractor, you know, with the barn. I don't know what else people would want to see about this setup, but I thought it would be cool to show how I did everything. You can see the equipment that I used: spreader, planter, subsoiler. You've seen the main tractor. This wagon, whatever trailer, took a whole lot of bales. Got this bale wrapper that makes those long sausage things there. Plow, of course, and then grass work tools. I mean, if you're wondering why there's no combine, it's because I've been leasing it every season. And here's the real, you know, the tell-all tale. When I click on money, you can see I'm still very much in debt. This task to make cake, I can't really think of how I could have done it more efficiently other than not having pigs. You need everything else that I did. And you can't buy this stuff without using a mod. So I don't know. I mean, maybe you could do it in 40 hours if you were more efficient with your crop choices. I had purchased a couple fields and then sold them back. Maybe I lost money on something like that, but really, all told, I don't understand how to do this more efficiently. Um, Hopefully, you enjoyed seeing around my farm. Hopefully, you enjoyed uh, the process of making cake. The productions have been a really interesting addition to FS22. There are times that I think they're amazing, then there are times that I think I don't really know like who was asking for it or why they put it into the game. But it does, what I like most about the production is that it gives you an aim, you know, it gives you a direction and a trajectory for what you're working on. Instead of being like, well, I don't really know what to do next, you can figure out what ingredient you need. Actually, let's just take these eggs over since we're going over there. I think they always need eggs. Instead of having that, you know, confusion of what to do next in your save, you can have a goal in mind. And I don't know how long exactly it will take me to pay off that 270,000, given all the different ways that we have here making money. I don't know how much cake we will produce by January, February when I take it. But assuming, let's just say we have 5,000 liters. I don't know if that's high or low, but let's just assume that's how much we have. That'll give us 30 grand. So 30 grand paying towards $270,000 in debt just doesn't quite seem like it's going to do it to me. But is it taking them? Okay, yeah. But that's the process. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the farm, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video here on the Bluebelly Farms channel. Bye for now.